Did you start it?
Yeah, it's recording.
Look how white my teeth look.
Your teeth are so white. Today is like the first day back in like a normal routine for us, really over the last couple weeks. We had Christmas Eve services, then New Year's. The last couple weeks were just all kind of jumbled up and crazy. But now we're back in our normal routine. It's good to be back in this space. I miss this space. Just good to get work done. Yes. This is not what it looks like. It's just actually a box full of church resources that just happen to be in an old vodka Kirkland signature box. A while ago, I had someone give me some carpet cleaning materials in a Corona box. So I don't know why people give me stuff in like alcoholic beverage boxes. So we start the book of Esther today, the first 4 chapters, and I was listening to the audio Bible of Esther on my way into work this morning, and the audio guy kept saying Vashti for Queen Vashti, who I've always been like, it's Queen Vashti, not Vash. Wow! Jeez, that's bright. Yeah, I don't know. I'm confused now. Is it Queen Vashti or Vashti? I think I know someone who could give us an answer. There we go. Okay.
Did you start it?
Yeah, it's recording.
Look how white my teeth look.
Your teeth are so white. So when I was telling you earlier about someone that I know who I think can give us an answer to this very difficult question.
Oh no.
When it comes to the Bible, this is the guy I was thinking of. So today is we're starting the book of Esther. And the first,
I read that one.
It's a great book, right? And the first chapter of Esther talks about Queen Vashti. So, and I was telling the viewers, I was listening to the audio Bible. I was driving into work today, but the audio Bible guy was like, hold on, this is how he's pronouncing it.
Queen Vashti also gave a feast for the
Vashti?
women of the
How's it spelled?
All right, he said Vashti.
Let me guess how it's spelled. V-A-S-H-T-I.
Yes, that is correct. But I've always grown up saying Queen Vashti, not Vashti. I know you have the answer to this question, but is it pronounced Vashti or or Vashti?
Vashti.
Vashti?
Because she's the queen of what?
She's the queen of Persian Empire. She's married. She's the
Persia. Yeah, she's Persian.
So it's Vashti, not Vashti. Or wait, is it Vashti?
Vashti. Just go to Google Translate and see how it says it.
Vashti.
Vashti. There you go. So not Vashti, but Vashti. Audio Bible guy, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, so you got it right. I told you this guy knows everything.
That's not true.
That's awesome. The book of Esther is a really interesting book in the Bible. One of the more notable facts about it is it actually is the only book in the Bible that does not mention God by name. The passage that people tend to go to when it comes to the book of Esther is actually in chapter 4, which is what we read today, about when Mordecai encourages Esther that, God has put you here for such a time as this. And what is very interesting about the overall historical facts regarding the book of Esther is Haman, when he comes onto the scene as one who wants to wipe out the Jews, he is called specifically an Agagite. When we go back to 1 Samuel chapter 15, this is where God very specifically commands Saul, King Saul, to wipe out the Amalekites, but he keeps some of the choice animals, and he does not kill the king, who is King Agag. And most likely in 1 Samuel 15, King Agag had already had descendants, but if Saul had obeyed God in wiping out the Amalekites and killing King Agag, what could have been different in terms of, would there have been no Haman to rise up to try to wipe out the Jews? It's just really interesting, the history there. But like I said, I want to draw our attention back to that commonly quoted passage in Esther chapter 4. Esther chapter 4 verse 14 is where we find Mordecai telling Esther that God has placed you in your role in this kingdom for such a time as this. But what I think is even more interesting and more impactful here in the book of Esther is that first half of verse 14 in chapter 4. If you keep silent at this time, relief and deliverance will rise for the Jews from another place, but you and your father's house will perish. Just the faith of Mordecai that, he sees an opportunity for Esther, his relative, to be able to be used mightily by God. But it's not even about God using Esther, but it's about the fact that he believes, he has faith, he trusts that God will deliver his people. He might not know where it's going to come from or how it's going to come, but he just has the faith that it will happen. And it's just one of those readings that's really convicting and just inspiring for us today, that we have that same faith as Mordecai did. And especially us, how much more so being on this side of the cross, trusting and believing that what Jesus has done for us is more than what we ever need, and that he will bring about his ultimate deliverance. He has brought about his ultimate deliverance through the cross, and we can trust in him today because of what he's done. In about 40 minutes, I have to head back to the church tonight, and so I'm trying to figure out what to do with that 40 minutes. I could read a book, could work out, or arguably one of the best video games ever created.